We are the daughters of Nefertiti. Facts. And it's our birthday. No Ethiopians or South Africans were harmed in this production, ladies and gentlemen. How fortunate we were that we were not invited to the Twin Towers. How fortunate. Man's rejection, God's protection. So if you didn't get that internship or job at the Twin Towers, to God be the glory. So it's our anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. It's our anniversary. The daughters of Nefertiti, the Dons, we're here. See, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, baby, the spirit is on you. Here's the thing. Even in the last hour, they this is how they behave. Can you believe someone can throw herself an African party? She threw herself an African party. A Jubilee, an African party. That old bitch actually did that, and you fucking monkeys entertain that shit? You guys are fucking monkeys. Your whole troop, William, you a bunch of chimpanzees, man. You are gorillas in the mist, bitch. You met a real gorilla. I have no problem with my child's father murking you bitches. I have no problem with that. I don't give a fuck about your kids. I already know what you look like naked, man. Like I'm supposed to be scared of that shit. Your bitch holds those bed sheets late at night because she knows you a wimp. That's why you got wimpy up there. Fucking sad looking burger. That's what you are. You're a sad burger. You're a wimp. And I never ate that shit. I never ate that shit. I ate their chips, but never ate that fucking wimpy ass burger. British can't make burgers. Did you know that? Those British bitches, they can't make burgers. They don't know what beef is. Because they have none up there. They'll steal your cow and the milk and the kid. Like I said, it's our anniversary. No South Africans or Ethiopians were harmed in this production. So would it be stupid if I ask if we were in the will? Is that dumb? Because I saw in the cards they're not leaving us nothing, which I completely don't understand. I hope you're miserable. But see, you want to bring your misery to me? You want to bring it to me? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that because you created this mess yourself. You guys dress up for your fuckery. You guys look like broke back St. Patrick soldiers. It's like you want to be me. Oh, when the Saints go marching in, I can't train you. You know, St. Patrick was really militant. Did you know that? He's got his own song, When the Saints Go Marching In. He has his own marching song. Do you guys play that shit? Don't look at me. The bagpipes are mine because somebody stole my bag, bitch. Don't ever fucking look at me like that. The bagpipes are mine. The bagpipes are mine. You try to checker us with the red and the black, but it's chess, motherfucker. It's always been chess. It's always been chess. Try to checker me. You try to checker me? With the black and red plaid, try to checker me on the bagpipes? You stole my bag. Now I'm piping and talking about that shit. It's chess, not checkers. The board's always been black and white. You play games in your home and you don't even know what you're doing to yourself. Do you know the root of some of these board games? You know where they come from? I know your stare, William. I know your stare. I could smell you bitches through the pages. You ever been preyed upon in a Zulu girl? See, you're not even afraid of the men. It's me you're afraid of. Like I said, the men of my country, go send our daughter. We are sending our daughter. We don't have time. We have a 5 billion rand deal. We must just send the daughter to moor them. We are sending our daughters. It does feel satisfying to know that I can beat your ass. And I know some men are like, she really thinks that? Yeah, I really do think that because my confidence is like that. So when I greet you, you know this. He knows it. William knows I can beat him. One-on-one combat, I can beat him. He knows I can beat him. Do you know how sad that is? When a white man knows an African woman can beat him? Have you seen that motherfucker's body? Have you seen it? He is a Slim Jim. I'm Bill Tong, man. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna beat him with my grandfather's dry meat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna beat you with an African man's dick. That's what I'm gonna do. They hate everything about us, even down to our smile, because you know, Africans, we have really beautiful smiles, pretty teeth. If you go to Southern Africa, even in West Africa, they don't even need braces. The teeth white as pearls and straight. These motherfuckers, their shit grows. You know that shit? That shit grows long. They invented braces. My dad had beautiful teeth. My dad had beautiful teeth.
No, I don't want mom.
My mom had fucked up shit because she had the white blood in her. Y'all get braces because y'all know why. But this is what I'm talking about. Like it says it's your Bible. But you don't know which one is which one is true. So you guys go and steal stuff from Egypt. See, you can't steal from the devil. That's the Horn of Africa. You can't steal from the devil's daughter. Who does that? And survive that shit and live to tell the tale? I don't care if people call me a dirty bitch. I was clocking that hoe. For 2 months, I've been clocking this bitch. She was really trying to get a mechanical heart, though. She was really trying to pull some Dick Cheney, but you know, you practice African theology, you gonna meet Black God. He was like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't. Yes, she really wanted a mechanical heart. They're like, this bitch cannot. Over our dead bodies. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Over our dead bodies. Do you know how dirty they did Ethiopia? The children are displaced and in this situation intentionally. They did that shit on purpose. You know, my daughter is the only person in the United States that's South African Ethiopian. She's the only one of her kind. Now, in South Africa and in Egypt, there's plenty of children like my daughter. Matter of fact, when I was about 19 years old, when I had a job at Four Ways Mall, I worked at this mirror gallery. It was downstairs by the gym, you know, by the cinema. I worked there. And I used to attract a lot of people, you know, to come in, and people in government, they would come there and like buy mirrors, like huge mirrors, and it was very artistic. You know, they stunting and shit. They want to look good in the mirror. The mirror got to look a certain way. No problem. But you know, I was popular in my day, so I was cool with a lot of the managers. I knew people. You know what I'm saying? So there was a Nando's right across, you know, right across from us, and the manager of the Nando's, she was half Xhosa, half Ethiopian. Her mother was Xhosa, and she was gorgeous. She was about 30 years old, and I was 19. And she came into the gallery one day, and I was just, you know, I greeted her. We were talking, and in the middle of the conversation, I said, "You're just so beautiful," you know. And she was like, "You know what? So are you. You're beautiful too." Have you ever met someone that was so gorgeous, and you couldn't believe they thought that the same of you? She was gorgeous, and this woman spoke beautiful Xhosa. Xhosa. Her features were so strong that she was Ethiopian, but her heart was Xhosa. You understand what I'm saying? Her mother raised her. So I asked her, you know, I'm like, how the hell? How did you come into existence? You know what I'm saying? You know? And she told me that there was a war, and her father walked from Ethiopia to South Africa. It took months. He walked and he hitchhiked to South Africa. She told me he was down in South Africa for a year, got her mother pregnant, and went back. And I listened to her when she was telling me this story. I said, "You're telling me your father just came down to impregnate a South African woman during war and left?" She said, "Yes." And I looked at her, I said, "Why?" And she said, "The bloodline. He felt the bloodline would be safe with my mother." I never heard something so deep like that. I couldn't grasp that at 19. And you know, she was telling me, I was like, "Why South Africa?" She was like, her father heard about our people, that we were strong people. So he felt that the child would be protected and he could entrust the mother with his seed. I asked her, "Did you ever see your father?" She said, "No." I used to get Nando's, of course, free. Sometimes I do the quarter chicken, peri peri, or sometimes I do the sandwich. Oh, she fed me well. And when I would go, sometimes she would bring the food to me. She was so sweet. Sometimes she would bring the food to me, or I would go there. But when I would go there, you know, she was like Nala's complexion, you know. But what I loved about her, like I'm keeping it real. Like she would tell you she's Xhosa. She would tell you she's Xhosa. But what I loved about her is like she wasn't a colorist. You understand what I'm saying? She wasn't a colorist. So you had like all these dark skinned workers that worked, and she was the manager. When I tell you, the energy was so cancer-like, so family oriented. It kind of blew me away, because when they would make the chicken, they would sing lullabies. Can you believe that? You know, some bosses, they're not like eclectic and chilled and cool and relaxed like that. Like, you know, if you singing provides a certain vibe and helps you work better at work, you know what I'm saying? African people, it's us. They don't understand that. You know, if you sing, that means you happy at work, or you trying to get through the job. But at least when you sing, you content. You know what I'm saying? And the chicken was good. It was juicy. So I was always going back. You know, but like you would literally walk up there to the counter and you would hear them singing lullabies over the chicken. And sometimes people, even the whites, the Afrikaners, they never said anything. They thought it was a little humorous, but they're used to that shit. But it was so inviting. It was like, because it was a little bit, it wasn't like soft. Like they were in chorus. And she would just be at the counter. Hello, can I help you with your order? And you're like, dang, you got church choir in the back making the chicken? This is beautiful, blessed chicken. The chicken was blessed. Beloved in the building, the chicken was blessed, is what I'm trying to tell you. The chicken was blessed. You know, hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? It's like some Back to the Future type of shit. It's like I met my child, you know what I'm saying? As an adult and I was a kid. And my child as an adult liked me. You know what I'm saying? I've had dreams like that. Like, I've had a couple of dreams where like I was in high school and I could feel Nala's spirit around me. Isn't that interesting? It's like I could feel her around me. Because I saw her before I even met her father. The love was so genuine between me and this woman. It was so nice. It was so precious. She was beautiful. When I tell you she was beautiful, she was beautiful. And she never put her beauty above anybody else. She wasn't into this whole these beauty credentials and stuff like that. She loved Xhosa people. She was raised by dark-skinned people. You understand what I'm saying, brother? You understand? So she used to sing Xhosa with them. She used to sing lullabies and Xhosa with them. It was amazing because you could actually see that she looked, you know, the features were strong. And she's singing lullabies in Xhosa. You're like, what is this? It's the International Choir of Nando's. South African Ethiopians in the building. But Ethiopians have always loved South Africans. They've always loved us. I knew that in Atlanta, Georgia. Because when my dad was in college, there was these twin Ethiopian girls, Sasha and Layla. They used to babysit me, both of them, not even one, both of them. They would come over together and babysit me. They were like 14 years old and I was like 4 years old. Can you believe African parents? They found some African girls. They were like, we need the Africans to babysit the child. Trust no one. We don't need one, we need two. We need bodyguards. Hell yeah. And they really were. They were so sweet to me too. And their mom was cool with my mom. She used to come over. And they always smelled like incense. My mom used to get incense from them. They would go to like the African flea markets and shit together. My mom and their mom, Sasha and Layla. They love us. It was mutual. Of course it's mutual, duh. Hello. It's me you're speaking to. It's so beautiful, you know? When another people can trust you like that. You know what I'm saying? And you're not even pining, you know? You're not even pining to get something. You're just having a beautiful conversation. And in that conversation, they fall in love with you. So nice, isn't it? And they gain your trust. You're not pining. You're not digging for their gold. You're just having a nice conversation over some chicken. Because the chicken was blessed. They were saying grace. They were singing grace over the chicken. To think an Ethiopian picked me. You understand? And they don't put themselves above us. They don't do that. Outsiders like to create this hierarchy with the bloodlines. But at the end of the day, you know, the strength showcases itself. They try to shelf us, really, to be honest. I'm the best decision my child's father ever made in his life. And Ethiopians, they're not mad about that shit. They claim Nala too. Do they think I'm doing a good job raising her? Hell yeah. Do they scrutinize? Hell yeah. Does it bother me? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm an African mother. You're going to get scrutinized no matter where you go on the continent. That's just how we are. And it's even worse if you live here in the United States. They talk bad about us as mothers too in South Africa because of the orphan situation. But it really makes you, double back and try to understand, like, who is talking shit about you and why they talking shit about you. I told you, man, my child's father had Kwaito music on his phone when I met him. I was like, what is this? He was putting me on. Like, he read and studied our history. Can you believe that? You meet someone like that? We ended up hanging out the second time we met. And so we hit downtown DC. So on the metro, we took the metro downtown DC. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to stunt, and I was getting, I was seeing DC from a different set of eyes because I was an adult, and it changed, I mean, prior to that, I was in DC right after my father's funeral. So I didn't do any looking around and shit. So we're on the metro and he's bobbing his head to Kwaito music. He didn't even care. They tell you to put the headphones in. He was like, I'm going to let all these motherfuckers hear. And I actually told him, turn it down. He was like, no. I was like, why? He was like, because it makes him angry. He liked that shit. He's like, I want to learn that. He had pictures of it on his phone of artwork and stuff about African culture, but like our art in his phone. I was like, look at him trying to impress me. He was so genuine about it too. Like, how some people, they fake that they're into some shit. No, he was like really into it. Like, he's schooling me. Hey, did you know da 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 da? I was like, no, I never heard of that artist. Like, real shit. No shade. He brought me back to my roots too. For real. I appreciate him for that. Please, man. When we lived together, he was the one that was pulling out the African movies. Stop it. I was like, what were you doing before me? Really? What were you doing before me? Life was boring. He loved being around me. He loved it. It was like that was it. That was it. He was like, "You coming home with me, that's it." He just looked at me, he's like, "No, we're not doing this." You know, it's gonna be cheaper for me. Just come on and move in. I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Just," you know what I'm saying? You know how men are? They take that deep breath, like, "Come on, you already know this." It's like he's taking a huge step, but he's making it seem like it's cool. You know what I mean? But you know they happy you in the house. You know they happy you in the house. It's so interesting to see a man fall in love. Even the Bible talks about that. The way a man is with a woman. You know what I mean? There are two things I'll never understand. I forget the first part. And the way a man is with a woman. It's in the book of Proverbs. So don't forget. Always remember. Recall. I made him shakalaka. It was over. I told you the breakfast is mean. I make a mean breakfast. I had to, there were times it's brunch. I'm making brunch twice. There was no leftovers. African men, this is what you do to us. Truly, there were no leftovers. I don't know about that. And you can't even, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This man walking around with the pot of shakalaka in the living room. Like, come on, man. Like, really? But you don't say that shit. You just look at him like, okay, I hit a home run. He don't even tell nobody that you make shakalaka because it's like some dirty, sexy secret. Can't tell these niggas I'm eating shakalaka. Motherfuckers looking at him, he's all happy and shit. He's eating shakalaka. He loves Sundays. Like, he used to cook too. He was really good at cooking. He could cook. He can make some good gumbo. He actually made really good gumbo. And to be honest, that's not my area of expertise. Okay? New Orleans cooking, that's Cajun food. You know what I'm saying? So you got to respect the approach. You know how you approach it. But he made some good gumbo. I never even tried gospel. I never even tried to go there. I was like, you know what? You make the gumbo. I'm going to just eat it. I'm not going to even try to replicate it or do it in the kitchen. That's your thing. Mm-hmm. And then I would make some mimosas with the breakfast. I would make mimosas. He loved that shit. It made him feel all rich and shit. You know what I'm saying? He felt rich when I made him breakfast. True story. A good meal can make a man feel rich. You know what I'm saying? He used to sit at the table with his shirt off and shit. Mm-hmm. And black boxer shorts. Mm-hmm. Walking around like Biggie. He didn't give a fuck. I was in the kitchen making shakalaka. We got to realize that we're stronger. We're stronger than we actually realize because mother lovers know this. He was so smart. I learned from him how to make money, like how to the spirit of entrepreneurship was always there with my dad, but with my child's father, it was like the pressure. It kind of like it ignited something within me to act on it now. He was a now type of man. It was like I had to put it into execution. I had to execute that entrepreneurship when I was with him. Because prior to him, I dated men. I was in relationships with men that worked for other men. So he was the first entrepreneur that I dated. And I had a child with him. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot from him in regards to survival tactics. You know what I mean? He always used to tell me there's money everywhere. He was like, there's money just sitting out there waiting for you. You just got to go get it. I'd be like, what are you talking about? He was like, there's so much money on these streets. He was like, you don't even know there's so much money. You just got to know where to get it. And he had a sixth sense too. He had a really sixth sense. And he was the one, like, he would read his horoscope every day. I never met a man that was like that. Like, he was really into it. He was into, like, and he hung around a lot of Asians as well. And he was into lucky numbers and stuff like that. I remember when we first got together the first week, we went to go meet up with one of his homeboys. I think he was from Vietnam. And we were just hanging out. We went to go meet him at a hotel. And there was some weed and some alcohol. And the Vietnamese guy, he's having fun. He's smoking, you know, and he's drinking. But me and my man, we weren't smoking or drinking. He was. But it was all good. But he said something to me that I found to be so profound. He said, both of you are sober and you enjoy each other's company. He's like, you really do love each other. He's like, you don't need to be intoxicated. Yeah, can you believe that type of insight? And the funny thing was, he was smoking and I was sitting on my man's lap. Right in front of him. I was sitting on his lap. And the Vietnamese guy is saying, you know what? You guys don't even need to be, like, you don't need to smoke or drink. Like, your emotions for each other are actually real. I thought that was so insightful. Because some people, they need to be intoxicated or inebriated to be around each other. But we could be sober and be happy with one another. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a great observation. But see, to have that type of insight, you got to have experience in life. And also an appreciation for relationships. Sometimes I feel like this shit with Gaddafi is real. You go there, you get the education, you come back. Don't mingle. Don't make children with them. Don't fuck them. For real. Like, I really think Gaddafi was onto some real shit. He was real about that philosophy when he used to send people over for education and have them come back work for the government. You know what I'm saying? He was real about that philosophy. And mother lovers think it was outrageous that he said those things. You know what I mean? And here the whole time, the displacement of African children done intentionally to cause havoc, destroy the genealogy. You know what I'm saying? They're really trying to destroy the genealogy. Look at the Bible, man. Denim, cloth, Levi's. I mean, you know how deep cloth is? You have men of the cloth. They're called priests. Where does that terminology come from? East Africa. It's like they will ruin your country and then tell you the worst mother or father and that you're not good caretakers of your children. Because even in South Africa, Like my mother would have people come to her and they come with these specifics. You know, they come with all these specificities in regards to the type of child they want. Like, it's like, wait a minute, you want designer children? It's like dogs. You know what I'm saying? You get teacup dogs and shit like that because they play with the genes and shit. You should have saw with the animals first to know what was going to happen next with the humans. We don't play with that. We don't ever play with that. They're looking for something. That's what they're doing. They're looking for something. They believe in us like that. Can you believe that? Your oppressor believes in you like that? It's amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all got to stop with the brainwashing and the mind fuckery. These people are mind fucking. These people have been mind fucking us for thousands of years. It's like they steal all this shit and they don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But we have the instruction manual within us. You know what I'm saying? We have the instruction manual. See, that's why someone like me, a real one, I'm not teaching you shit. I don't need to teach you shit. And they can say that we're cultish as much as they want, but I'm never speaking the language. And that's the bottom line, because the real one knows. The Egyptians know that about, they know that. They could share the secrets with me and our bloodlines could merge because they know that I know. They don't have to tell me. You don't teach shit that's inside you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like stealing a bunch of appliances and shit, and then you don't know how to work it. It's like when I bought a flat screen TV, you know, like I always got to learn how to use the shit. You know, you got to put the apps on and shit, and you know what I'm saying? You got to do the sign in, but it's like you don't know, you don't have experience with that. So it's like you stupid trying to even do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the instruction manual. And so like me, when I do that, sometimes I would call my brother. Yes, please, I don't have time for this. Or I'll find a man and have him come over. You know what I'm saying? Could be like maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Come fix my TV because I don't, you know what I'm saying? So they come on my channel because they don't have the instruction manual, and I am the instruction manual, and the instruction manual is in a different language. So they want me to tell them how to use the shit that they stole. You understand what I'm saying? Where they do that at? I mean, when I see Ethiopian children, I claim them. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. Like I look at them like my children too. Why not? Why wouldn't I? I have to be comfortable dealing with their nation. I have to be. It would be stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I talk to Ethiopian moms. It's cool. When they see my daughter, they know what's up. They're not worried. You understand what I'm saying? If they on the playground, at the library, no one's alarmed or anything like that. Because you know how we are. Who's that child? You understand? Who's that child playing with my child? You take one look, you're like, okay, that's how it is. That's how it really is. You know it to be true. Ask an Ethiopian mother. She knows. She look up and see her child See who she playing with? Oh, okay, that's fine. They do that. So I don't have any issues because it's cool. And they don't look at me weird and be like, you the mother? They don't do that. Some think I'm Eritrean. Some think I'm Ethiopian. Okay? They think it's dope that I'm from South Africa. They're like, oh, sister. I cannot believe the situation, because I was reading articles online how in Ethiopia they're fed up of the adoption situation. Like they don't want mother lovers coming over there and adopting their kids. Because y'all motherfuckers treat them like Lucky Charms. You always stealing and acting me Lucky Charms. Because it has a lot to do with Solomon and the keys. They're trying to break in. And that's not their door. See, Mama Africa's always been a portal. It's a portal. The cradle is right there. Beloved in the building, which makes sense why he walked down to South Africa. The cradle's there. That's like the baby's crib. My child's father he had one child and he went to the cradle. He went to South Africa. Said, you already got the cradle. Yes, I do. I before you were woke, I loved you. I got the cradle. I prepared for this. He sometimes never thought he deserved me. You know what I'm saying? This was even prior to the cheating situation. Can you believe that? I never really understood it. He was a beautiful man. He was very clean cut. He had no tattoos. No tattoos. Hair always nice. His hair was always done. Kept a nice fade. He would go all the way to Maryland to get his hair cut from Virginia. Can you believe that? He would go all the way to Maryland. He was that type of person. He was that type of man. So I always had to look good. I never felt the pressure. I was like, okay. I never felt pressure or anything like that. He liked that shit. He was like, I'll pay for it. Most aggressive man I ever met. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. I would not want to be his enemy. I knew him very well. Because his bark was so real. I always knew he had the ability. I always knew that. But I'm a pit bull myself. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a pit bull myself. So you got to be honest with who you are too sometimes. I never forced the information out of him. He knew that too. He loved being around me. He actually, sometimes he didn't like, having to work at night. He would prefer to be at home with me. For real. He was just a teddy bear. He was a movie buff too. Because he lived in California. He always used to say, like, baby, you should write. He told me I was going to be famous. He told me I'm going to be famous. Because he had great ideas too, and so did I. He was like, you should write a book, write a script. He's like, I'll finance it. I had a dream. Matter of fact, him and we actually shared a dream. I shared like 2 dreams with him one time. I never experienced that with nobody. The first dream we shared was actually the tree that I climbed in. I climbed up. He told me, I saw you in a tree. I was like, I climbed a tree. We woke up. This was in Virginia. And it was so weird. And he took a book out and started writing that down. He was like, that's an interesting idea. We were dreamers. See, I dreamed, he executed. You know, he just thought I was worthy. He really thought I was pretty. His nickname was Ja. I used to call him that. The Jamaicans, they would just like, because we had this guy, this gentleman, a Jamaican gentleman, my ex, he kind of like contracted him out to drive us, kind of be our driver. He did taxis and stuff like that. And he, just natural. I was like, Ja, da 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 da. And he dropped us off at Tyson's Corner. And my man had got out first and I followed him and he was like, you called him Ja? I said, yes. He's like, you know what that means? I said, yes. He was like, you know it means God, right? I said, yes. He loved that name. He loved that nickname. It made him feel good. He liked it when I said it in front of other people, you know. I didn't even think of it that way. It just kind of like, I just realized that now. I was calling him that in front of other people. I never thought that I was going to be in a war when I got with him. I never thought I was entering into a war. And now I've been entrusted to raise Nala. It is deeper than rap though, because this is spiritual. And somebody got to be the fucking OG around here. They know the real God is coming. They know the real God is coming. So I want you to know, when I make my $150 per hour, that's Jah. That's his energy. When you see me beasting out here, being a bigger beast than you, that's Jah. That's Jah. I saw him one day get aggressive with somebody. I left. He didn't even touch him. That's the worst part. Can you believe that? He didn't even put his hands on him. It was that bad. I left. I walked away. I was that scared. It was in broad daylight. We were at the 7-Eleven in broad daylight. I watched him go up to a white man, bless you, beloved in the building, and told him to his face, "Give me your wallet." Do you know how aggressive you have to be to not even hit somebody, and that white man gave it to him? I was scared out of my fucking mind. I was pregnant. The aggression, it was killer before he killed. I walked away. 10 minutes later, he's behind me with the wallet. He's just throwing out the cards, taking the cash, threw the wallet right on the ground, and we kept it pushing. I watched him do this. That's her father. So it looks like daylight robbery when we get you, because it's supposed to. But the hands are clean because it's Epsom salt and you're bitter. It's like they see death right there. That's why they give it. They believe it when it comes out your mouth. And they try to imitate that with this false sense of power, and that their word is above ours because they created the law. And they created the law to protect themselves. But they covert niggas. They probably invented Kwanzaa. Them white motherfuckers, they invented Kwanzaa. Let me find out. They wearing kente cloth. And I know you think it's funny, but it's some sick shit. They're wearing kente cloth. See, for an American or even a European to actually snag an African wife, that's very hard to do because of the trauma. It's very hard to, it's like, I mean, like, accomplish. That's what I'm hearing. It's very hard to accomplish. And most women that do, the men have to pay a lot of money. Don't ever, they live well on purpose. It's favor and it's justice. It's poetic justice. You have to pay for the generations. You have to pay. And some men know that shit. You gotta know that shit if you marry an African woman. You gotta know that shit. See, you can be aggressive doing equity trading in a corporate building, but Can you do trading here on this real tar, this real cement? Because that cement's going to remind you that that cement is also used to make a tombstone. You know what I'm saying? I could do it in the corner and in the office. But I hurt your feelings if I do it on the corner more, because I'm going to make more. Because you want to tax and do all these stipulations and shit and then tell me how to dress. Bitch, I'm going to wear what I want and still make more money. That's why this education shit is just some bullshit. That's why I just tell them, you know, if you aren't going to pay me 6 figures and let me wear my J's with my Bantu knot in a sweatshirt when I feel like it and then rock some heels the next day, we can't do this. Because I need to be me. True story, brother. I never thought I was entering a war by loving a man. So yeah, I do tell people. I really do. I tell people. This one guy tried to give me $2. He got like $10 in his hand. I'm like, you know you want to give me that 5. He gave it to me. Gave me $7. I was like, come on now. You know this. Stop. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to pay for my motel. Come on. I tell him, I talk him. Come on, man. Now stop. Just go and give me that. I ain't got time for that shit. You got to talk to them like you know the truth. Like you know. And they know that they supposed to give you that shit. You know you're supposed to give me that $5. I see the 5 is the biggest bill. And you gonna come here and give me 2 ones like I didn't see that shit? You know you got to give me that $5, player. Man, come on, ma. I'm trying to get 2 packs of Swishers and shit. Oh, you can still get your 2 packs, okay? It's $2.14 with the tax. Now give me them $7. Come on, we get down to the numbers on the corner, mother lover. Don't play. We count and crunch numbers too, you know. That man loved me, man. I used to hurt niggas' feelings on the street because they never saw it coming. That's what he liked about me. He was like, nobody sees that shit. He was like, nobody sees it. He thought it was hilarious. He thought it was hilarious how stupid niggas were. He thought it was hilarious. They were mad because apparently I was bougie. They were mad about that. They were mad about that. That bougie bitch. They were mad about that. But I didn't have the time to frolic with those motherfuckers. He was friends with this white guy who did a year in prison for blue collar crime. He had a wife that he bought from Ukraine. He was trying to get his daughter in the music industry. They built a studio there in Cabin John, Maryland. We used to live out in Cabin John because we rented out a cottage. So the first couple of months we were together, we lived in Cabin John, Maryland. They shared a cell together. Allegedly, he went to Yale, but he never finished. So when I tell you we're that black couple, when you wake up at like 7 a.m. in the morning and you hear rock music, that's us. We were those motherfuckers. And they were pissed. Because we were affluent. He spoke German. That did bother people. He understood a little bit of Dutch / Afrikaans. He didn't really talk much when we go out. He would let me do all the talking. I was like the ambassador. You know how it is. You know how it is, players. You got the money. I ain't got time for all of this. You know what I'm saying? We used to tear up BCBG and BB. Used to tear them shits up. So you used to sit there for 2 hours and I just fit clothes on. He would pick out my shit. I didn't care. Sometimes it was a hit or miss. The day we found out I was pregnant, he took me to Nordstrom and bought me a Kate Spade purse. Like right afterwards. That was so sweet. That was my first Mother's Day gift. I never even like I didn't even like expect it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really sweet. He actually bought me the Gucci Blossom bag, but that was stolen too. So I bought it back for my 33rd birthday. So that's the second time I got that bag. It's like we couldn't have nothing nice. You know what I'm saying? So he was like really aggressive. He didn't like people stealing from us or like abusing us. Like he did not like that shit. And he really was on some bodyguard shit when we used to go out. He really was like that. Like I rarely, like when we were in a relationship, I was rarely going out. But I don't even remember going out by myself. He would go with me to get my feet done and sit there. Like he was like that. He loved that shit. He was all into the beauty shit. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that used to take me to Sephora. We would go to Sephora and then go to the movie theater right afterwards. You know, they always loved me. You know that? Even since I was a child growing up in South Africa. I don't even look at them as orphans. You know what I'm saying? They just can relate. They just been children who's gone through some hardship. I think that's some shit all Africans can relate to. You know what I'm saying? But they always loved me. You know, and they used to come to the house and shit. They would come visit. I never saw a difference. That's why. And see, that's the sad part about the world that we live in. Is that a lot of people don't think like that. Some people pretend, which is the worst. But I have become a shark. And the jaws must stay. You know what's so special about him? His first, his middle, and his last name is 777. He's the jackpot. He told me that about himself. He opened my eyes. 777. Can you believe that? His first, middle, and last name. I could get whatever I wanted from him. And I never really asked him for anything. Can you believe that? I think the biggest thing I bought for him was a flat screen TV. That's what he wanted. I was like, what do you want? He was like, I want a flat screen TV. That's what I bought him. True story. I buy weird shit for like the men in my life. I just ask them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll buy them like cute shit, but like if it's like, you know what I mean? Like what you want? This one wants a table. That one wants a flat screen TV. They ask for furniture and shit. Like I don't know. They don't be asking for no small shit, player. They be like, I know you got it. I know you got it. True story. That mother lover was so excited. He's going online and shit. Oh, yeah. Which one do I want? You know what I'm saying? Do I want the LG or the Sony? You know what I'm saying? He was into the shit. It's funny when men get spoiled how they carry on. When you tell them you're going to take him shopping, you're going to buy him something. They like kids in a candy store. Real talk. They're worse than women. Oh shit, let me hop on this phone. Okay, wait. Don't bother me for 30 minutes. I'm looking online. True story. I'm like, okay, player. And then they want to be fussy. They got to go to 3 different places and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, oh God, just give you this money. No, I want you to come with me and shit. They want the whole experience. You know what I'm saying? Funny mother lovers. The opposite gender. You guys are funny creatures. I really do think you're funny creatures. I really do. Funny as hell. But anyways. Keep praying. Keep believing. Keep participating in your healing process. You know, and know that you're far more special than you can even imagine. The depth of the cruelty only showcases the intensity of your uniqueness. That they will go that far. There's nothing wrong with your belief system. System. See, they don't like what I'm telling you. There's nothing wrong with your belief system because they took that shit. And then make you question yourself. Don't do that ever again. This is the mother of 2 nations. Spiritual G. Yes, spiritual G. Yes. The mother of 2 nations. Signing out.